becoming chaos, or is this mere coincidence? Or could these be the signs of an approaching exoplanet, Planet X, Planet 9, Nibiru, Wormwood? Before we begin, let's just say that the writer here is not a professional writer or storyteller. He says, I'd like to share with you what I consider to be some interesting information and intriguing matters in which it all seems to tie in. These events are not predictions, neither mine or anyone else's. They're simply existing facts and my interpretation, he says, of them and their possible connection. And I hope you'll find it thought-provoking, or at least very interesting. Sometimes we come across something online or in an article, a graph, video, maybe something we hear, and at the time we think to ourselves, that seems a little strange, but then we either file it away in the back of our mind, or sometimes we dig further if it seems like something too big to ignore. And we can be exposed to a lot of information on a daily basis, and as a result, sometimes trends or patterns start to become involuntarily evident. The events I'll share with you, he says, were all completely separate, unrelated, and were read at very different time periods. So initially, there were no obvious connections. Let's start things off with a nice little comet named Catalina, C 2013 US 10. Comet Catalina is of the Oort cloud origin. It was expected to reach magnitude 4 or 5, very near naked eye visibility, or visible without the aid of an optical device, from around November 2015, and the comet came to perihelion closest to the Sun on November 15, 2015, at a distance of about 0.28 AU from the Sun. 1 AU, as we know, is 93 million miles, a distance from the Sun to the Earth. It crossed the celestial equator 17 December 2015, becoming the Northern Hemisphere's object. And on 17 January 2016, it passed at 0.72 AU, that's about 67 million miles from Earth, and was seen to be around 5 magnitude while located in the constellation of Ursa Major. So this Catalina comet C 2013 US 10, dynamically new, it came from the Oort cloud with a loosely bound chaotic orbit that was easily perturbed by galactic tides and passing stars. What does all of this mean? Simply put, it means that just a few days before Christmas, December 2015, this new object appeared in the skies of the Northern Hemisphere. It may or may not seem like such a big deal to some, but we could hang on, and we say hang on, this is just the first event. Almost as if on cue, a few months after Catalina faded out of naked eye visibility, Comet C 213 X1 Pan-STAR stepped in. This one could have not reached naked eye visibility. It wasn't able to get a lot of details. The main techniques on it, technicals are newly discovered C 2013 X1 Pan-STAR, discovered plus 8 AU out. Minimum Earth distance, June 2016, was about 90 million kilometers. So if you're thinking, well, that's far enough away to not worry, you may be missing the point. You may want to think more about these lines. When have we last seen such comet traffic? It's the sheer number of comets that's becoming the eye-opener for now, not its proximity to the Earth. But how many are coming in? Let's remember the 2 interstellar comets that were found by amateur astronomers. They were coming from the direction of the Sun, and as we know, most space agencies or telescopes can't dip that far down towards the horizon to see what's coming at us from the direction of the Sun. Now, for other remaining comets of interest, the writer here says, I will just list them and skip the commentary on them so that we can get to the other events, quote unquote. The other comets of interest are 45P Honda Merkos Padusakova, January 2017, 41P Tuttle Giacobini Kresak, March 2017, 46P Wirtanen, November 2018, and many others, of course, but these are the ones that have the high potential of being naked eye visible. and relatively close to Earth on those approximate dates. So it seems like starting those years and each year after, there was a strong likelihood, 2016, 17, 18, of different naked eye visible comets for each upcoming year. So how normal is that? To see it with your naked eye. That's how close they are to our Earth. Now, to add to the whole comet extravaganza, he says, I recall seeing a video not too long ago regarding incoming Oort cloud comets. Scientists, not theorists or guessers, that is, scientists said that based on data, comets appear to be incoming from one localized point of the Oort cloud. This would tend to indicate a specific object, not random influence, is the cause of the comets coming dislodged from the Oort cloud and sent hurtling perilously towards our Earth. Now, onto the second event, our friendly neighborhood asteroids. We can check JPL NEO, that's near-Earth objects, listing on a fairly regular basis, just in case anything new or potentially catastrophic pops up. And there has not been anything new, quote-unquote, added lately to speak of that would be considered threatening but we are already there's a few out on there that may surprise a few eyebrows, not to mention a few hairs on one's neck, standing on end. But out of the top 5 on the list, only 1, maybe 2 are events that will occur in the very near future. 2007, VE191 is a near-Earth asteroid listed on the Sentry risk table. It's estimated to be roughly 63 meters in diameter and has a 1 in 63,000 chance of impacting Earth. This was supposed to be taking place 27 November 2015. If only our odds of winning lottery were that good. You may be saying, November 2015, where have I seen the date mentioned? Hint, think Comet Catalina. This event occurred around the same approximate date as my first noted event, he said. The third event is not one even per se, but more of a disturbed trend. It's a disturbing trend noticed when I checked the PHAs, the possible hazardous asteroids, potentially hazardous asteroid list. When it comes to very small asteroids, it's not unusual to see them get fairly close to our Earth. And on the flip side, it's quite normal when a fairly large one, for example, 1 kilometer, is listed. They tend to be relatively far in comparison to smaller asteroids, which is definitely a good thing. So here's the problem. Lately, the list has been looking a little different. More often now, there are fairly large asteroids not being as far away as they used to, and I'll prove just one example of this to keep things moving along. Asteroid 1999, JD6's close approach, July 25th, 2015, a mere 7.2 kilometers or 4.5 million miles. It may seem far enough, but it's in fact quite a large object. And that distance is actually relatively close for such a large object, which can be easily influenced gravitationally by other planets, the Sun, or other asteroids or comets, etc. And we could have been in big trouble in the blink of an eye. My point is, the cozy and safe large asteroids to Earth distance ratio seems to be changing for the worse. Hopefully, it's only a random few and just a temporary trend, but time will tell. It would seem our neck of the woods in space is becoming rather hectic and cluttered, and even more so starting around November or early September of a couple of years ago. Lastly, various other prophesied events seem to be huddled around the September 2015 date. He says, I've been seeing a lot about a complete or major economic collapse around that time. Now, there you have it, informational version of connecting the dots. These are upcoming events. They were upcoming events up to November 2015. He says, my concluding thoughts are that something has disturbed the area of the Oort cloud some time ago and has sent this stream of new or first-time comets and asteroids hurtling towards us, which are now starting to arrive or were arriving from that time, and they've increased. Let's remember that after the interstellar comets have been found, the scientists came out saying that we expect a lot more of them coming in and an increase of them. So where are they coming from? So just what could be nudging and dislodging these Oort cloud objects? A distant planet at the edge of our solar system? Could it be Planet X, Nibiru perhaps? Planet 9? Could it be a nemesis star passing very close? Or worse, entering our solar system? Or possibly a red or brown dwarf star, which are difficult to locate, even with professional equipment, by maybe making its way towards us even this moment? Well, we do know that we have a brown dwarf star at the edge of our solar system. That was repeatedly confirmed by NASA. So our existence and place in which we exist is terrifyingly and wonderfully mind-blowing. Never stop wondering. So this is by Compton N, Bended Reality. Please leave your comments and thank you for your support. Please support my Patreon account. The daily posts are 5 videos daily, and they are totally different from what I have on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your support and that you find all my content so interesting. You'll find the Patreon account details in the description box below.